y'all, welcome back to the channel. It's your girl Tiana. So right now we are just going to jump right into the video. So as y'all can see, I'm just filing my real nails down because if you've seen my other nail videos and you know I don't like my real nails to be long. After that, I'm just going to take this cuticle pusher and gently push my cuticles back. Guys, you want to be careful with this step because this step can hurt if you do it too fast or if you do it incorrectly. So make sure you're just careful and take it slow, because you don't want to cause any pain to you, or maybe if you're doing the set on somebody else. So now I'm just going to take my nail drill, put it on the slowest setting because you really want to be careful around the cuticles, and then I'm just going to use my cuticle nail bit because that is what works best for me. There's different ones, but I like to use the pointed and round ones because it's very gentle and very easy to use because I am not professional. So, you know, just be careful when you're using some of my tips. But after that, I'm just going to take the softest like sandpaper file. I don't know what to call it, but it's the softest one, also on the lowest setting. And I'm just going to remove the shine from my natural nails because this is what's going to make your nails stick. If you skip this step or forget it, just know that your nails are most likely 9 times out of 10 going to pop right off because you know the primer can only do but so much. But after I remove the natural shine, I'm just going to place on all my nail tips, and I'm gonna do my extended tips a little different. Normally I would just put a double tip on the end and then cut the double tip down, but I'm actually going to cut down the first tip I put on because since it's new to clear ombre, I don't want y'all to be able to see like where I cut the tips, if that makes sense. So I'm going to like cut down the first tip a little bit shorter. It's kind of hard to explain. This is what it looks like. So instead of having the line that the tips meet at the end, the tips are going to meet closer to where my nail is, so that way you won't be able to see it, because since clear will be at the bottom, you know what I mean. I hope so. So after that, I'm just going to begin to file the nails, and I like to go for a more tapered square, kind of coffin, but mainly tapered square. I've really been into that lately. Sometimes I like coffin, but now I'm just into the tapered square. So now after that, I'm going to like take my straight edge nail file and just like cut just the slightest bit at the bottom, just so that can be super crisp, because I know trying to file that can take a long time to get it perfect, and I don't want to keep filing to where my nails are too short and I don't like it. So to save time and to also make things easier for me, I'm just going to begin to cut up the gold foil, and kind of be careful with this because as you can see, it kind of gets stuck to me. It gets stuck to a lot of things, but it was like getting stuck to my fingers a lot. So I just started to use tweezers, and that made things a lot easier. Now I'm just going to put on 2 coats of nail primer. I like to go over the first one, let it dry a little bit, and then put on the second one. But before that dries, I like to start the acrylic process. So now I'm just going to take a little bit of clear just to like wet the nail, and then I'm going to apply the gold foil, and this is what's going to make the gold foil actually stick. So like the thin layer of clear acrylic is kind of like glue for the foil. Now I'm just going to encapsulate the gold foil by putting another like thin, kind of thicker layer of clear acrylic over it, and this is just going to begin to start to build the nail. So now I'm just going to take the nude acrylic and just apply it to the upper half of the nail and just begin the ombre process. I really don't know how to describe it. You know, you put clear at the bottom, nude on top, and then you just blend it together until you get the perfect ombre. So as you can see now, I'm just going to keep applying nude acrylic, which is really going to build the nail, because after you get the ombre you want, you're just going to go in with the clear acrylic and encapsulate it. But before I do that, I'm just going to apply the clear like thin layer to every nail, and then apply the gold foil just to save some time, because you know I feel like it'll take longer to do one nail at a time than if you just start on each nail first and then finish as you go, if that makes sense. Now that I have applied all the gold foil to every nail, this is what it looks like. It's looking very cute. Only the pinky nail is done, but now I'm gonna go in and finish up the rest. So what I'm doing basically the same thing, applying the nude acrylic to the top, making sure it's good around the cuticles, you know, smoothing it out, blending it. Sometimes I mess up, but that's okay. I'm not perfect. I'm still new to this. But yeah, once you get the ombre to your liking, you can really just use the clear to encapsulate it. I'm not a professional, so I'm going to use the clear to also build the nail. Once you become a professional, all you really have to do is just put a thin layer over the acrylic because you've already built the nail with the ombre. Hopefully that makes sense. If it doesn't, just keep watching. You know, you live and you learn. Practice makes perfect. Now all the nails are complete. This is what they are looking like. This is before I even filed it. As y'all can see, you know, I'm getting a little better. But yeah, now that that process is done, I'm going to take my file and begin to shape it. I also use a cuticle pusher to try and get off the acrylic that I got on my skin because, you know, I'm not a professional. So yeah, I'm just gonna file until I like it, which is really just a tapered square. So yeah. So now I'm just going to take my nail drill and put it on not the highest setting, but kind of high, just so you know it can really like file. And I'm going to use the roughest nail bit, and I'm just going to use that to smooth out, get all the lumps and bumps out the nail. But don't overdo it because you don't want to thin out the nail. So you really just want to make sure you're using the nail file just to, you know, like smooth everything out so you don't have like bumpy nails, because that's not cute. Next, I'm just going to take the cuticle file and really just shape up the cuticles because you don't want it too thick. You don't want it to look like ugly. I don't really know how to describe it, but this really makes the nails look good because if you have a messy cuticle, your nails just look trash. Now that I have finished filing my nails, I'm going to dust everything off, and this is what they look like. Next, I'm going to take a cotton pad with acetone on it and get all the lint and dirt off my nails and all the oil and grease because I'm going to use my clear gel nail polish. I'm going to apply 2 coats, but between each coat, I'm going to cure it under the nail lamp for 90 seconds each. After that, this is what they look like. Sorry y'all, this is the only video I have, but I do have some pictures. This is the finished result. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you in my next video. Peace.